Hello, finally we are ready to have the second match of the evening after a long delay. Bit of a technical nuclear explosion, but it seems to be have been resolved for the most part, so we are going to have a match Immunity versus Chiefs on Cache. Dan.
Usually Immunity are quite comfortable here. They're usually quite strong on this map. It's something of a I guess one of the more comfortable maps for them. But I think generally speaking, in the Oceanic scene, Cache is a map that, or Cache is a map that they're very fond of. So it's just going to be comfort all around, I think. But the thing is with the Chiefs, yesterday we saw a bit of a shaky result from them. I don't think that they can really have like a similar deal against Immunity. I think Immunity will better be able to punish, because Immunity have a lot of firepower. They've got, Rickeh there, who's been doing great with the AWP. They've got a lot of they've come fresh off of a lot of European experiences recently with the LANs and so on. They've got a coach working for them as well. So Immunity, I always feel like they have problems when it comes to like risk taking. Like I feel like they sometimes they're a little bit too rash, or they're not the best at figuring out which is the best risk to take. And sometimes it's better not to take a risk at all. Like this balance, sometimes I find they struggle, and it gets them into trouble against European teams. But I really think that they should have a pretty easy match based on what we saw yesterday.
Yeah. Rickeh's on point as well. This should be a playground for him. Nice open map like Cache. I wonder if they will rotate him on the CT side, say between A and mid, mainly, or if he would just stay static to one of those places.
I feel like it's gonna be. I hope that we see Immunity actually trying to test the Chiefs when it comes to their T rounds as well. Because Immunity, having spent a lot of time together, they have a lot of executes that they can run. So you never necessarily want to run every round blind, but on a map like Cache, you can do that actually quite effectively, because you can set up. Actually, we don't see this very often. I think Copenhagen Wolves used to do this a lot, which is really fun, where you set up the execute onto A, and you do the execute, or you fake it straight away. Because then what you do is you actually establish this principle to the opponents, and you say, okay, every time this execute comes in, you don't know if it's a fake or not. So what you then force them to do, because the natural reaction for them should be to pop flash into a main to get the information, and hopefully for them that they're playing a close setup. Now what you can do is, if you do this later into the round, it's much more likely they'll be playing a close setup. So then what you can, what some teams have done with this, and not many experiment with it, I must say, is that you condition them to expect that it could be a fake, so they need to know, so they pop flash in, and you can capitalize with some frags, because the pop flash doesn't flash the guys at distance. You can actually pick them off as they go for the information play. There's some really cool mind games you can do with this entire dynamic of is it actually an A fake? Because I don't think there's actually another execute quite like this one, where you can throw it from so far away, or the nades from behind A main, and then still do it, or maybe not do it. And so, Cache is a brilliant map like this. I feel like it's actually, there's so many elements to it that are not necessarily fully explored, but on the top level, I really also enjoy that, teams like Fnatic, TSM, and Cloud9, they rely on really strong fundamentals in their game, and they don't like to complicate things too heavily. And I think, the future of Counter-Strike will be, is very interesting, because I feel like there's so much that has yet to be done. But yeah, so I went into something that maybe we probably won't ever see, but it's like one thing that I think is really fascinating about Cache.
Okay, so we are into the pistol round finally, with Immunity starting on the T side. See the setup from the CTs here, from the Chiefs. They've got somebody pushing through Squeaky Door actually, but Immunity could get caught here, because that push is going quite deep, and they must have surely spotted SnypeR, maybe making the call as to what's happening. But it looks like it's going to be the B split here, and a fast one from Immunity, but can the CTs react in time?
We get quite a few frags going the way of the T's at the moment, so they're going to get the entry into the bomb site. The pesky CTs aren't quite the nuisance that Immunity may have feared, so it's a good start for them, and it's going to be hard for them, for the Chiefs to actually make their way back in here. SnypeR's going to pick up a kill onto Lightstep as well, so this is taking a long time here for the Chiefs to actually break in, but they're finally starting to make some headroom, but it's just Pietro's left alive. Oh, nice little snap as he just sweeps the mouse across. But yeah, he's really running out of time here. He doesn't even have a kit. He's got 3 kills, but this is over right now, because he does not have the ability to defuse the bomb. James is going to take him down as well, and even survive, which is very nice. But here we go, 1-0, and Immunity. It's very scary that they're going to be picking up the pistol straight away, because I feel like these guys are the stronger team. They've got so much more experience together, and that's going to count for quite a lot. But that said, we'll have to see. There's also the individual skill working in the Chiefs' favor as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they can use that strength to their advantage, and how Immunity can try to essentially counter that strength, how they can try to play away from it. So here we go, just another quick round here is the force buys dealt with. Immunity have shown a lot of really good anti-force buys when they were in Stockholm at the Invitational. I was very impressed by how they actually set up their anti-force buys. It's one of the most important rounds, and as we can see, they are going to take a couple bits of damage in the end there, losing a couple players. But yeah, the anti-force buy is one of the most important rounds to just have on lock, have a plan for as a team, and Immunity do that very well.
So far so good for the Immunity side. I'm just curious to see where we go in the buy rounds here, and how the Chiefs react on the CT side. They have bought themselves 3 HGs, have the CTs, first of which is followed up by 2 more into mid, but it will do next to no damage. So far so good for Immunity. Chiefs only with Tux left, in fact, 2000. Very clean there by Immunity.
Yeah, fast 3-0 for them, and we will see the buy round you were waiting for immediately. So up on either side, and this is going to be very interesting, because this is where the Chiefs can start to exert some of that individual skill. And you know, Tux, we'll have to see what he's got to bring against Rickeh. You can see Rickeh's going to go for a timing kill there, timing pick into middle. He's going to fail the pick, and there is a 1-3-1 setup here for the Chiefs at the start of the round, and we will have a slow pace from Immunity at the moment. So, although that said, they do have 2 players actually pushing B storage here, and they've got 2 in A main as well. So they're actually applying a lot of pressure, to be honest, taking some space away, and then boosting up into the vents from vent room, and that's going to catch zewsy off guard. That is quite annoying for the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's a very early disadvantage for the CTs, and there's a lot of map control here for Immunity to play with a minute on the clock. You can see the Chiefs starting to get a bit stretched. Pietro moving away from A into Z connector. The Chiefs playing with 1 person per site, but they're rotating. Seem to be a bit paranoid as to what's going on towards A. Not much information there, but the entire Immunity team are focused on B, and look how far they've come. Tux stuck on the site on his own. Takes down a lurking USTILO. But now things are slowing down as Immunity consider their approach. They've still got 2 people coming in from the mid area.
I really like this. I really like this. They don't have to commit, and they realize that. Some teams would make the mistake of actually trying to commit into that B-bomb site, but I think Rickeh was actually spotted, yeah, and we'll see a rotation coming in from Pietro as he moves back around, but they hear stepping, and this, I think Immunity are making this quite complicated now, going back for B after all, and Imagine's going to get himself a double, and he will pick up the bomb. He's got enough time to plant it, but whether or not he's going to win this round is really questionable, as he has 10 HP to work with, and he will go down straight away. So yeah, that looks great. I mean, Immunity, they lost a guy as they moved in, and I love how they were holding vent room, because that applies a lot of pressure. Again, there's this principle of so much pressure is being applied that maybe you force a mistake from the Chiefs. Maybe they make a mistake there, and you can capitalize, get another kill, and boom, you can win the round from that. The Chiefs held with a lot of discipline under that pressure, and then it's up to the discipline of the T's, of Immunity, and they decided to not go B after losing a man. I thought that was really good, but I think going into connector made it really complicated. Yeah,
I think we saw a similar play from Luminosity in the sense when they played Clash recently against, I think, Gamers Academy, when I'll come back to it later, as it is a buy round for both sides. 5 AKs here on the Immunity team. The bomb early on over towards the B bomb sites, which Immunity seem to be favouring for now. Looking for, they're in a kind of anti-boost situation here, with a focus over towards mid. This Molotov, I believe, stops the CT from holding angles on the site to stop a push. So Tux is, yeah, you can see the Molotov exactly where I thought, but Tux, this time he's not going to get any frags. James going to take him down, and it's going to be a 4-man push onto the B bomb site here. Chiefs a man down, looking for a retake. Got one player looking to go towards the vents. It's not going to be easy for the CTs.
Yeah, it's so hard to retake in a spot like this, and their money is going to be in a position where they likely don't want to go for it either. It's probably more of a surefire way to have good advantages, like good percentages into the future rounds, by actually just trying to play exit, keep those weapons alive, and hopefully get some damage as well. But that's not going to go so well. They lose both players who were playing for exits, so pretty much worst case scenario. I mean, Chris just has to live now and hopefully keep that M4 alive. But this is an awful spot because they have to basically, they're playing from a position where they need to take a risk now. I don't think that they can really force up behind this single M4. Maybe if they save 2 M4s, they could actually force up behind it and do a very cool pressure-based play, like something fast into B or A storage. Lots of options there, or maybe even squeaky. But yeah, they can't do that now. They just have to go for this. Actually, well, they're gonna go for the force anyway. So maybe we'll see one of those fast pressure plays. Some teams like to play 4 into A, for example. But the Chiefs going for a 2-1-2. So maybe they're just gonna play standard from this.
Okay, so let's see what the CTs can do. Pietro is hiding behind the sandbags, but his teammates are disappearing pretty quickly. The M4 is pushing through Squeaky, but there's nobody around the A bomb site. Immunity are all over towards B once again. Pietro is still stuck behind the sandbags. There is a SnypeR lurking there with a Mac-10, just to stop any rotations. Jumping on top now. He will get digged, but it won't matter much as long as the rest of the round goes well. Rickeh coming in for the cleanup, but the gun has rotated away towards the A site where the Chiefs are looking to save. They do have 3 players of armor, a defuse kit, an M4, and now that Mac-10. So they're looking at the, obviously as an eco following that force. So there's a lot for them to save in this situation.
And one thing you'll notice is, again, the structure and the methodology behind the anti-eco here for immunity, because what weapon did they give away? They gave away a Mac-10. Who's finding information? It was SnypeR with that Mac-10. Again, another showing of immunity's anti-force buys, and you got to respect them. They aren't messing around when they play at the anti-force buys. They might just get. Oh wow, yeah, just right at the end there.
I didn't know that was possible with an AK.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, but apparently so. I say as I rub my hands together. So excellent round from immunity. The Chiefs deciding to force it up. And you can see that against immunity, it's not as strong of an option as it might be against some teams, just because of how well they handle their anti-force buys and anti-ecos. And once again, they should realize that they're in a position where, okay guys, they saved 1 weapon, that M4, the rest of them can't afford to buy anything. They have to be eco right now. And so again, look, we're looking at an execute here from immunity as they move their way into A main. They got to go on the boost safely as well to cover the flank and just keep an eye on what's going on. And there is a player flanking actually from the Chiefs. I do believe it's Tux actually. He's going to get caught by the guy that was on boost. So it's all working out as the way it should for immunity once again. And boom, everybody's dead apart from, okay, well Pietro is now dead as well. So another well-handled round by immunity. And even if these rounds look one-sided, it's very it's educational, and it's very nice to watch well-executed plans out of immunity. But once again, the pressure's back on the Chiefs. They've got the buy-in. They don't have an AWP, but they've got a lot of nades and rifles. So hopefully they're going to be able to use these a little bit better in this situation. But let's have a look and see what setup we got from immunity. They're going with a really fast contact play straight into middle off the back of 2 smokes. Chiefs are still setting up in the A bomb site whilst this is happening. A really fast mid take. There's so much you can do off of this as well. Immunity going to power into connector. USTILO will take down Pietro, and that is a 3-on-4 now. That's SnypeR was eliminated in vent room, and that is where immunity are putting their efforts. Rickeh is going to find the frag back, and the rotation is going to start to happen. zewsy needs to get something done here. He picks up a quick kill, has to back through the smoke. 5 HP left on him, but he might just have done enough for his team to actually be able to survive in this situation. Now the bomb will be planted, and the nades will go in. Rickeh's on the site. zewsy coming in from B storage. His stepping will be heard as Rickeh gets the first engagement. Excellent shots there from Lightstep, immediately dropping Rickeh, but USTILO's going for it at the moment. That's 2 frags for him. The defuse is coming in. It's a fake, and USTILO knows it. Quick check, and he knows he's good. Another flash in, and USTILO will clutch around there. 4 kills actually from USTILO, so excellent performance there. And again, another well set up round by immunity. You can see the plan that they're going with here, and it's great to see it in action. The Chiefs had a good attempt at stopping that, but unfortunately it did not work out. Another eco is coming. Again, I would like to see them in the following round get an AWP out there, but they need to experiment as well with some aggression to see if that can stop Immunity's plans before they actually come to fruition. You can't let them set up in this way. So right now it's like Immunity just, on a server against bots, running drills as if they're in their practice mode. That's how it feels. And SnypeR will be able to take down Pietro. They've got the Mac. He's got the Mac 10 out as well. Again, I love how SnypeR is buying these Mac 10s in these rounds. I mean, he realizes, hey, there is more utility for me to be able to take risks with a Mac 10 and risk giving that away than an AK when we know they're going to be eco.
Very HellRaisers-esque, you might say.
A good old Angel.
Although I remember when we started to see the development of this kind of play with, like Fnatic on Inferno would go in, I think just with pistols actually, towards the B bomb site. I don't know if it would be Devil Walk, would be the Sacrificial Lamb or someone I cannot recall, but always good to see. Again, that moving accuracy being exploited. Good to see the players making the most of the game. Lightstep making the most of the AWP towards the B bomb site. He will need a second frag though. Those nades he is avoiding at the moment will give him warning of the impending Imagine who goes down. Maybe this could be some momentum for the Chiefs. 2 men down for the terrorist side. And the A side is somewhat fortified at the moment. If Immunity choose to move soon, then it could be at their peril.
Oh, Chrisoaw's burning in the flames. He's blinded. And here we go. So a little bit of a slow execute, but now Immunity go in. Nice shot there, straight to the head. zewsy goes down. James is going to round the corner, find himself at the mercy of Tux there. Tux picked up 2 frags from Toxic, but SnypeR bursts out of the door. He's only alive with so much to do, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Thought there was a chance there from SnypeR, but not noticing that extra player on quad was the death of him. 8-2 though, and hey, I mean the Chiefs lost quite a few players there thanks to SnypeR's explosive exit out of the squeaky door there. I almost have this image of him just like kicking the door down, kind of Duke Nukem style, and going in there, taking some names. But it's going to be Rickeh on the AWP again as the economy's incredibly healthy. Nicely done by zewsy. I think did the bomb get dropped in mid? I think, yeah, the bomb got dropped over the boost into mid. Oh, that's a disaster there for Immunity. The Chiefs have a really strong potential hold on this position. They do get the bomb back out of there, but at the cost of Rickeh's life. That is a huge, huge cost. And that's a 2 versus 5 situation now. This hold on middle has meant the world to the Chiefs. Which is good because in previous rounds, Immunity was showing that they were able to successfully bully the Chiefs away from middle. So the Chiefs now having an approach to deal with that successfully is encouraging to see. Nice finish there. Everybody survives for the Chiefs. That's going to be good when it comes to the money. And it's quite cool as well because it means that they're going to force Immunity to rethink this, to perhaps try another strategy going into this round. And again, we have not seen quite a lot of stuff from them just yet. They haven't actually been that successful with their executes either, so the Chiefs, despite only having 3 rounds, are finding solutions for what Immunity are throwing their way.
Okay, so the Chiefs, can they salvage this half? Again, 8-7 is possible here. See if Immunity can adjust. Rickeh a bit slow on the trigger there, and Lightstep will punish him for it. There he goes. It's been a talisman for Immunity as of late. Really playing well is Rickeh, but he's out for this round. So SnypeR moving maybe for, let's have a look at the direction. Looks like a quad smoke. There is a player in Squeaky, which is James, so this could be executed faster. See, there is a bit of a warning when the nades come bouncing, and you can see Pietro moving up from short now. So that's the disadvantage of throwing it from that area. SnypeR there taking down Pietro in short, so nicely played. 4 versus 4 now. Immunity looking to crush the Chiefs with this push. Lots of Molotovs coming into the site, forcing the Chiefs into different positions. Flashbangs coming in as well, but they'll trade on the site. Chris trying to take down USTILO, who almost got caught with the bomb out there, but manages to take the frag regardless. Now it's Lightstep versus 2.
He's going to spot one player go to A main. He's looking for the angle, turns away at the wrong moment, gets flashed as well. So it's chaos here for Lightstep, but he's going to find the shot onto USTILO. Knows the other guy's in A main. Oh no, goes for the flick, misses it though. Is he going to stick the defuse? I think he is. He's going for it. Oh no, imagine. Oh, he left it too long. He's not going to pick that one up. Oh dear.
I respect the brazen Lightstep defuse. But USTILO had a really bad position in that situation because you could see his shadow gave him away, which made it super easy to get a shot there for Lightstep. And he was almost an autopilot, going for the other shot, expecting to land it, going for the defuse. It's like, well, I might as well defuse a bomb now. Anyway, 8-4, the Chiefs with an opportunity, but there's still another buy here for the T's. Getting that bomb down will definitely help. And again, immunity now. Earlier on, we had a lot of pressure towards B. Now it comes towards A, but a shot through the smoke will mean the end of James' early disadvantage for the T side.
Yeah, much better holds here from the Chiefs. You can see their individual skills starting to come into fruition a little bit, starting to actually work in their favor, and that's how they're going to be taking rounds against the Chiefs. But that said, he still is going to find a kill, and that's going to put the Chiefs down to 4 players, of course. But they're split 2 on either side at the moment. And this would be quite smart to see this kind of a delayed middle effort from immunity, because there's 55 seconds left. That's a good portion of time, and you know, having lost a player, the most common thing that happens on every CT side is that you give up middle, because that way you can team play on A, you can team play on B. Those are the most important objectives. But that said, having middle is really strong. Although immunity are going back through A main at the moment. They've left, I believe they've left Imagine in middle. So he might even be up on the boost. So they're looking for him to cover rotation. And they're going to re-execute into A.
They've messed up the smoke towards Karlo. It's gone into A main. But that will give the opportunity for Rickeh to rack up some frags there. So 4 versus 2 puts the Chiefs in a situation where they can't really go for the retake here. They can't afford to lose what little they have remaining. Worked out for immunity in the end. If that smoke goes down on Car, maybe the CTs go for it.
Yep, it's really so it's quite smart as well, because from immunity, because there's also ways to play this spot where you're 4 versus 4 or 5 versus 4 as a tease, and you know, I mentioned how, you know, it's very open to take middle. You don't have to do it, of course, and they didn't go for it. But what they did do, and I think I would definitely always encourage, is once you get that pick, you delay the round, because usually when you get a quick kill, the CTs can respond early by actually rotating an extra player to that site. So they could have been like a 3 on A, for example, in the first 15 seconds. But then by delaying, you create this uncertainty. And without any middle information, they kind of have to gamble. Most teams will gamble on having 2 on either site. So then you can re-execute like they did into 2 players. So it worked out very well. So nice delay from immunity.
So the Chiefs lost one of those 2 guns. It's Lightstep versus the World here. And the World is headed in his direction. How many can he get? Had the opportunity to repeat, but he's going to go for the more passive play here, trying to buy some time for his team. Moving away from headshot, going to tag James through the walls. He's still alive, and that's going to make him very dangerous. Still holding down the site. They're pushing 1 by 1, allowing him to go in isolation. They've gone for the nade play, and it's finally worked out for them, but they got a man disadvantage.
This is kind of awkward at the moment. That AWP did so much damage. Rickeh and James down to 15 and 28. That is brutal. Oh my god, Rickeh, how on earth is he still alive? James is going to get taken down, and so will Rickeh in the end. So, I mean, they tried to go for their anti-eco kind of style round towards B, and they have anti-eco towards A and towards B. And they got blown up, man, by that AWP.
I think what they did, I don't know if they were expecting like the entire team to be with the AWPer, which I wouldn't say is very common in that situation, but they needed to rush the AWPer. And they spent all their time executing all their grenades as if there was a stack on the site, and they just died 1 by 1. It just gave Lightstep too many opportunities to kill without being traded, and the round was thrown away. Only 1 round remaining here, and it's an early advantage. Bit of mayhem, bit of bedlam going on here. It's going the way of the Chiefs for now. 2-man advantage now, with immunity fighting for the fight. Chris pushing through the smoke with a man advantage for his team is going to even things up.
There we go. SnypeR gets dropped straight away from Forklift Duck. Says so much courage, the audacity to go for that push. And oh my god, James, these nades. Oh my god, he's gonna get cremated. At least they'll provide that service for him for free.
Will anyone bring flowers though, Dan?
I don't know.
Facts for you nerds at home: the doors open. I think they used to open slower on 128 tick. than 64 tick. Most apparent on nuke, because I think the one on cache is actually a different type of door.
Wasn't it the other way around?
No. They open slower on 128 tick, fact. 100%. I'm not sure if they still do though. I think one of the changes maybe changed that. But I'm not 100% sure on that. But in the past, for the majority of the lifetime of this game, the doors would open slower on 128 tick.
Yeah, in the good old days, a lot of the graphics engines were FPS. Well, a lot of them had FPS dependent dynamics, which caused all kinds of craziness. And yeah, I mean, I remember in the really early versions of Quake 3 in the idTech 3 engine, you could actually jump higher if you have more FPS. You literally would jump higher. You would jump more units in the air. So if you go on a jump pad, sometimes like if you had like insane FPS, you would just float around. It's ridiculous.
That is bizarre.
It's really ridiculous. It got patched at some point, but yeah, FPS dependent physics, man.
that's insane.
Super Meat Boy has that. There's lots of games that have that.
Old school. All right, so it's a pistol round, and it's a very different pistol round in that we have a 3-man presence in the mid area. Immunity going for a fast take of the vents. I think they've got double. They're having a double vent play. One watching mid and one watching the B bomb site. Whereas we have some boosted chiefs, but there's a player all the way in T spawn looking towards B to see if any CTs are pushing that position. That's Pietro holding that angle. So very passive. This is the kind of situation where you want to say all quiet on the Western Front, but I don't know what that means, Dan, where it came from. So I do not wish to use it until research has been done.
I knew that because it's oh my god, is it World War II or World War One? Might be World War One actually.
We'll have to find out later, as it seems that the Chiefs are starting to show some activity, but there's still not much to talk about, Dan, because it's very static indeed. So the push is slowly creeping. There's 30 seconds on the clock here, and Chiefs are just looking to start a split towards the A site. You can see the bomb in A main, and A's been abandoned somewhat by the CTs, although the frags are going their way for the most part.
And oh, James will catch a few bullets there in the back of Tux. Tux still manages to survive and pick up a kill though, so James is going to be a little bit sad that he allowed Tux to live, but it will not live any longer. SnypeR will take the frag as Chris and Lightstep play post plants, and it could work out for them here. James is incredibly low. He's got a kit though, but they need an opening kill. SnypeR will find the first shot. Well done. Second player by quad. SnypeR in close, runs out of bullets, but James has the save and the kit. So that worked out actually really perfectly for Immunity, because SnypeR was the guy who actually got the 2 engagements, initial engagements, being the guy with max health. So that was pretty optimal.
I like how James's pistol matches his knife.
It does?
I respect that.
I didn't notice.
He has a royal blue USP, Dan, and a blue knife, or purple, or whatever you call it.
Royal blue, that feels quite Aussie to me as well.
I didn't even know there was royal blue skin. I forgot about it. Nobody uses it, Dan, unless they have some style, like James from Immunity. Yeah. 4-round lead for the CTs here, and they're going to be on the anti-eco. You can see the smorgasbord of weaponry they have chosen. MP9, P90, and other fantastic bullet-firing mechanisms. Tux sacrifices himself. For what reason, I do not know. Just bouncing through the smoke there to certain death. Leaving Lightstep alone in mid with a Glock. So there doesn't seem to really be any plan or approach here from the Chiefs. Just like, okay, let's just go across the map on our own and die.
Yeah, I respect that. I mean, it's hard to play those rounds. Really, I mean, there's not much you can get, and sometimes it's not even worth prolonging it too much. But this is the important one. They got 2 Molotovs. Would be nice to see more actually, but that's okay. They don't have a huge amount of cash, so I can understand that. Squeezing out 2 was nice. Now Immunity, they have still stuck with their P90, so they're going for a very economical approach. They want to be forced to actually rebuy, or maybe they can pick up the AKs if they win the round. That's even more economically sound. So they're really playing for those big edges are Immunity, but it does come at a risk that you have worse firepower and you're restricted to closer ranges with those P90s. So if the Chiefs decide to execute in, could actually be quite nice here for Immunity. I think, yeah, they got Imagine boosted up with the silenced M4, so you can see that they've actually thought about this.
So the Chiefs just clearing out the sneaky areas, but do they have a Molotov for SnypeR's position? There is a corner of the wall just behind the sandbags, which you can bounce the Molotov off. Chrisoaow has the last Molotov for the T's, but he is not in a position to throw it. So the Chiefs with some initial peeking towards mid, but it seems they're not going to commit to it after all. So we'll see how that Molotov is used later on. You can see they're positioned executing the smokes into A with nobody actually in A main. Fortunately for them, there's no push from the CTs. We'll see how Imagine's position comes into play now. He's got a crossfire with a forklift position with SnypeR with the P90. He'll only get one kill though. USTILO coming in to take down Tux, 3 versus 3.
Yeah, SnypeR's found himself an AK-47 and not enough damage was done with the P90. So they would really have loved another kill going into this. But 3-on-3 it is. SnypeR now, I think he got spotted. It's over by Quad, and there's the peak and the finish. But James and Rickeh move together. Brothers in arms as they assault the remaining 2 players. And both of them, I think, have given up their positions here. Rickeh's going to spot the next one. Lightstep goes down to the last man. But it will be around there for the Chiefs. And what an important round it was. You can see that the money for Immunity is somewhat dire. They were not able to build any bank. So this is a awful situation for them. And the Chiefs can really exploit this. I would love to see a fast mid play from the Chiefs to really abuse the ranges that the AKs will be strong from, or it's just some good use of Molotovs and nades to play the anti-eco. But we'll have to see if they're as good on their anti-eco as Immunity were.
So USTILO is going to push Squeaky and die. See what Immunity choose to do with the remainder of their team. Imagine's over towards the A site on himself. From the minimap, I'm assuming he's playing the bomb plant position where he can just get the one taps with that P250. Very strong position to hold as a CT if you are quick enough on the trigger. Look at that aim from Rickeh. That is insane. Straight to the face of Pietro. We'll see if he goes to collect that gun. Indeed, he will. There's an AK for the team as James is running distraction. Rickeh's on the right, actually. The Chiefs, though, not going to fall for it. They know that AK's been picked up and they're going to move away from that. So it seems that A push is coming in. Smoking off Z connector and short itself. So where are they going to go with this?
Apparently straight through connector, and they're going to find the back of SnypeR. Now the danger man Rickeh has not been spotted just yet by them. Find Imagine, so they are, by a process of elimination, slowly but surely locating him, and he will go down in middle as well. So round 1 pretty cleanly by the Chiefs. Pretty crazy round, just kind of splitting out of CT connector, but it did seem to work and catch the CTs off guard.
I don't know why James jumped around the corner there to Z connector when his teammate just got killed from Z connector, unless the call didn't come in fast enough, because he basically made it impossible for him to get a frag, unless he was super lucky. Immunity with double AWPs coming out now. Rickeh and James, see what positions they will be playing. James is going to be the solo AWPer towards the B bomb site, while Rickeh is going to be over towards A, looking into A main. 2-man hold in mid here for Immunity. And again, Chiefs playing super passive. We've got Pietro, I don't know if he was standing on the sign towards B, just having the max range in case anybody was pushing B, but he's going to move closer now. So it seems he will be the B lurker. You can see Chrisoaw's been boosted on top of red, which SnypeR's about to face, but oh, he's going to find him the timing. Chris is going to be furious with that. That's got to be insanely annoying.
Would be raging. That sucks. You can't. That feels bad, man. Feels bad. I think everybody can empathize with that.
Every day.
Okay, so James now is going to be put to the test here with this AWP that he's got in his hands, and it's going to have to be a couple kills if the Chiefs decide to just explode onto this bomb site. He does have some support though. I mean, it looks like Immunity have a good sense of awareness of what's going on. And that's actually a nice position he's found kind of between the Molotovs, but he's going to go down. Really cool Molotovs there from the Chiefs. And they're going to be executing into the bomb site successfully. Oh, wow. Imagine picking up a wallbang there. That's a dirty frag. And that's going to allow Rickeh to get into vent room pretty much for free. Oh, wow. Misses a shot there. I think it was zewsy with a nade in his hands. Rickeh will get the close frag though onto zewsy. It's on Pietro now. He's on the bomb site. And in goes Imagine for the trade. He's going to pick it up as well. Good effort, though, to be honest, by the Chiefs. Really, really nice rounds. And look how expensive that was for Immunity. They had double AWP.
Yeah, that was a very pricey round for them. And we'll see who ends up with the better spawn. Oh, he's not going to find it. He could have gone to get the AWP first, but he was unable to find it. So that means they've gone from... We had the same thing in the last match as well. They had double AWPs. They were unable to pick up one of them. And they're going to be left with triple FAMAS versus 4 AKs and a Deagle. I'd have to favour the buy of the season in this respect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Especially...
Full nades as well.
Especially as they can, with those nades, just run in wherever they want and take all the engagements. But I like this. Immunity recognizing they're at a disadvantage, so they decide to go for an aggression, and that's paid off for them. They pick up a kill onto Pietro as he was guarding the outskirts, and even though they can't pick up the AK, doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. They've got the edge they need now, and now they're just settling back into a passive setup. Immunity just have to sit still and wait for the Chiefs to either make a mistake or to go for an execute. They could just play reactively. So essentially, the Immunity now. They're kind of saying, okay, guys, it's your move.
It's interesting that Pietro chose the wrong round to play up close early, with only the Deagle as well. Whereas every other round, pretty much, he'd been at T spawn, looking all the way down to B. But at one time, he goes close. They push through the smoke and shoot him in the face. So again, we have the execute towards A for the Chiefs, and it's going to be a long run into A main, which will be warning signs all day for the CTs. They're already going to have 3 people. Almost 4 on the A side as this push comes in. The counter flashes as well. A little bit easier than it should be for Immunity here. And only Lightstep and Chris are remaining. Chris has only got 5 HP. So he's going to face... Oh, imagine he just turns away at the wrong time, but he'll take down the bomb carrier. And that should be the end of the round for the Chiefs. Indeed, it will be. I have to say, it is a bit concerning. I think Immunity did the same thing in the first half, where they do the smoke execute onto the A bomb site with nobody in A main. So it's basically a bit of a gamble. You can decide what margin, but it's a bit of a gamble there into coming into A main, generally speaking. But also, the smoke onto quad you can just open the door and just pop it out, which goes a lot faster the way Cold does it, which makes it a little less telegraphed. As you saw, the CTs responded to it very well with the counter flashes and so on. Chiefs now on the eco.
Yeah, it's one of those spots as well where I was talking about all the dynamics when it comes to executing doing the A execute. Like for example, imagine that they don't go for the push with it. They use the full nades, but they can still sell it with the smokes. And maybe you get like 1 or 2 guys running, so they get the footsteps as well. Then all those counter grenades, all the flashes, the incendiaries, all those are still going to go in from the CTs. So then what you've done is you've actually invested in pulling all those nades out from them, and from like a cost-to-cost analysis, it's actually going to be better for you, and you can play the later round a bit stronger as well. Like you actually get some more options. It's actually there's so much interesting stuff you can play with that rounds.
Immunity on 14 now, choosing to go for the pop flash through to mid, but it's not going to work. Chris ready with the boost, didn't get flashed, and he's going to shoot SnypeR straight in the head. SnypeR's always a sacrificial lamb. He's the like super aggressive player for Immunity. This occasion it didn't work out. We'll see how Immunity react. They do have a 6-round advantage, so not going to be too concerned. Ooh, that's a really awkward angle to try and contest. It's going to go in the favour of the Chiefs. So 4 versus 1 now. Imagine the last man standing. What's the money looking like on the CT side? A very quick look, and it's a bit ropey at the moment. So we'll have to see what the decision is.
Yeah, I
mean they've got rounds to play with.
So this is their first loss, right? So they get $1,400. They didn't have much money there, so they can't buy. I didn't actually look properly.
I don't think it makes sense for them to buy. They should go for an eco and use the rounds they have, as opposed to forcing.
How much money do they have right now again?
I think it's between 2,000 and 3,000 for most. We bring up the money again quickly. Oh no, we can't.
That's hilarious.
Producer Reese is not here anymore.
We just looked up and like, okay, there's no one in the chair. The chair is empty.
That's amazing.
Amazing. All right.
There we go.
So we can see Yeah, this is pretty appalling. So an extra eco is definitely fine. And I mean, you know, Rickeh could you know, buy like a deagle or something. You could get splash out some deeks, and he's just gonna keep it light. PT50 and a couple of flashes. I like that. No Kevlar investment or anything. So there's a lot of stuff that they could play with here. I mean, we haven't really seen much squeaky aggression out of the immunity. It can really throw off the T's actually, and it gives you a pretty big tell as well, because if you clear out squeaky, it's pretty likely that there's not going to be some kind of blind execute coming in. You can kind of get the information early on, which is kind of nice. It's a small tidbit, but it's valuable. However, we were actually going to push into a main, and who was that? It is USTILO. So he's just got a P250.
Ooh. Pietro gets his bell run.
Dinkerific. That's not a word. Uh-oh, the baits. Baits. Yes. Oh, James, go on. More baiting for USTILO, please. Come on, James.
Oh, look at the position in T main for one of these CTs, and that's where the bomb is headed. I think it's USTILO in there. This is going to get pretty awkward for the Chiefs. They've got nobody covering the bomb. Oh, Tux goes down. Now they're going to have to all focus on the bomb. And there's an opportunity for SnypeR, for example, to push through from B. The Chiefs reacting fast, but look at the health on these players. Chris 51, Pietro 20. This is not good. The M4 is still in play for Emagine. And he's got full health at the moment. James gets taken down with a flash. USTILO's in the position we spoke about earlier where he can get the one-taps, but he will get taken down straight away by zewsy. 2 versus 2 now. SnypeR hasn't picked up a rifle yet, and Chiefs will hang on and take it. That could, I think, the push should have come a little bit faster from B there. I don't think they pushed in the end of CTs, but once the bomb has gone down towards A, the T's pretty much have to rotate.
They got kind of paralyzed after they got dinked here and there. They got really afraid. And that concept also, there's a concept there which is quite cool, which is like, the more time, the more shots, the more decisions that you play against somebody, the guy that's better will get the edge over time, basically. So that's like began to happen in that spot where they got paralyzed. And also you see like all these positions being taken by immunity. Either way, we will have a nice position from Emagine, talking of spots there, just sitting in the smoke. Oh, he's going to get taken down by zewsy. Zewsy from New Zealand. It's going to do it.
I would love to go to New Zealand one day.
I would also like to.
Back to the match though.
It's a long flight though.
3 players left for the CTs on this mixed buy. Remaining players all have full Kevlar helmets. 2 defuse kits as well. Damn, the T's are moving towards a close range mag 7. USTILO has he done? Oh no, Rickeh White, look at the way! He thought a flashbang was coming in and it would cost him his life. Oh, what a disaster. He could have done so much damage in that situation.
I'm just depressed. I'm disappointed with that.
Oh, I was excited, Dan. I was excited.
We're all denied.
So, double ops coming out for the CT side now. Still a 3-round advantage for immunity. Lightstep, of course, will be AWPing for the Chiefs. Look at the initial play here. So, James again. It's the standard double op setup here for immunity. James solo towards B. Rickeh playing on A, looking into... What, is he in squeaky, actually? Oh, he is indeed in squeaky.
This is it. This is what I want to see.
He needs to focus on one spot. He almost got engaged there by Tux, but Tux started to move away into a passive position. Rickeh starting to push in that direction. The Chiefs making some noise towards B, but they're moving away from B. Very quietly indeed. But Rickeh, surely he's going to find something soon. Oh, he's seen the head, but he's just going to go for the information there and move away. Looking at the positions of the Chiefs here, I think they're going for a fake. Although they don't really have anyone towards B, but no, they're not. They're pushing. But this time, this is what I'm talking about. Rickeh's got the advanced position, and he's going to get the frag onto Lightstep. Nobody in A main means that they're pushing into a place that's completely insecure. They get the trade, though. Emagine on the side now with the M4, unable to take down Tux, and that's going to be 3 very fast frags for the Chiefs. This round has collapsed for immunity. Just James left, and he's going to have to save surely, or try to at least.
Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. The way that round actually panned out in the end for immunity. And Rickeh with the first frag is fine, but he didn't get... Basically, like, this teammate was not able to help him get out of there, more or less. And that was kind of the problem, because Rickeh basically saw that was coming, and the call should have been kind of like immediate. But I guess I don't know. It's can be very difficult in the moment. But I feel like Rickeh should be able to get a little bit more help in that spot. But it was a good push from the Chiefs, just quickly picking up the frags as they ran along.
It was interesting. I think when Rickeh was in Squeaky, I think he was paranoid about someone maybe holding an angle on him with an AWP or a rifle. The way he was just going through Squeaky, but without an actual intention to AWP anyone, unless he made it all the way, I don't know, to have a scope towards the boost or something. Because if he gets a frag there, if he's moving in with a scoping, and he gets that frag, then I think the round might end up very, very different.
Yeah.
Either way, the AWP has been saved. James will continue with it since he has the Kevlar. The Chiefs, this boost has been very useful for them so far. Let's see if it continues. Pietro taking down James. There goes the AWP. Solo B push, not working out for the immunity.
Hey, Rickeh, a little bit aggressive towards B storage. But Pietro is there with the AWP as well, so death is around every corner. Oh, great, great.
Oh! He didn't fall for it either.
Pietro is too smart for such shenanigans.
But again, that angle you can hold from the sign in T-spawn. Very far away indeed. Down goes SnypeR, down goes USTILO. Looking like a good round for the Chiefs here. And I think it's going to be another situation where Immunity try to save that ult for the second round in a row. Although we're talking 5 versus 1, they know he probably has no armor. And he is surely going to go down. There it is.
One of the most old school players from a team called Firing Squad in Quake World was called Pietro. So he's just like a legendary. I think only Thorin will know who I'm talking about, which is there's this like level of people that I know from Quake, and it's like only Thorin will know, like basically.
So there's Pietro in T-spawn again, playing a bit of a closer angle towards, I don't even know what those things are called, like transport cars on ships and things. Containers, I suppose. Just holding the corner of the smoke. Are we going to see a boost here from Immunity? It looks like they are headed in that direction, but it is being waited upon. You can see Lightstep is just in a position. Should James peek, he could get in trouble. Lightstep moving away though. Let's see, what is Chrisoaow holding? He's holding a smoke for A. But again, look at the bomb this time. This time it could be the fake that I've been waiting to see for so long. So we've got Molotovs, I think, going into the vent area. And James is just going to come in and break the setup. Can he get a second frag? No, he'll be traded by Chris. They won't see the bomb, so Immunity might not have a read on the current situation. They've still got 2 people over towards A with SnypeR positioned for a quick rotate and only 1 towards B.
Yeah, this is an interesting spot now. Good kill there from Rickeh. That's a really big deal. That's going to stop the approach of the bomb. We can see the bomb is in B storage. It really wants to get into that B bomb site, but after the stop coming in from the AWP and they don't really have a way to push his position, it's going to be really risky now. Any decision is just going to have a heavy amount of risk. That said, Immunity are reading into Tux's position way too much. They think that it's going to be B, but without seeing the bomb, they've completely left the A bomb side open. They did not see the bomb, James. They
did not see the bomb, no. And that was a very nice rotation from the Chiefs, which gives them an opportunity, but they are 2 men down. No nades left on the CT side. It's all about the raw frags here. Chris has full health and he has an opportunity to do something. To get himself to 1 versus 1. There's the first one. 3 more to find. And they're closing in, but 2 will be his lot.
So one thing there that I feel questionable is it does happen. Like James does likes to do aggressive stuff, but I feel like after you get the first kill there, that is such a big win. That's such a big win, and it's very likely there's going to be more dudes around there. You can really take that, drop off, be covered by your teammate, and have a 5 versus 4. That's such a strong situation. Versus the risk that you make it even for them and they go into advantage at the chance of getting another kill. So it's one of those kinds of spots, really.
Chief setting up again to just look for any early aggression from the CTs. A boost over mid, etc. You can see Chrisoaow, as per usual, just watching any CTs trying to sneak through the smoke as well. The advantage is, with that position that he has up on that red container, if he holds back on there in a deep position, then he will avoid many flashbangs because the object will block the position of them.
So Rickeh is going to go in aggressive in front of the smoke.
Okay. So what that essentially means is that the match is over. Because of the server issues we had earlier on, we were using a temporary server, and as you may be aware, sometimes when the match is over, the map changes because they haven't waited the allotted time. So then I think we saw a victory there. Hopefully our admins can confirm. I do apologise for that. It's been not a fun morning here in London, but sometimes these things happen again. Please accept my apologies.
Okay.
Can but laugh then.
Yeah. Just the way that you say it's funny.
Okay. Can producer Reese confirm the final score? We need lift music, Dan.
Yeah.
For times like this, you know what I want? I want a button where I press the button and then it just plays lift music. Immunity won 16-13. I'm sure the last round was euphoric, Dan.
You know, we could probably get maybe on our phones at least some elevator music, lift music.
No,
I've found a lot of good situations for lift music, so I might do that. Yeah,
is that when you're hitting on chicks, Dan?
There's a lot of good spots for it, man.
So, what do you do on the weekend? That would be amazing.
I might do that. I might actually do that. That sounds hilarious. I would do that. I would do that. That could be the opener. So how was your weekend? I don't know, actually.
Give it a bit of jiggle.
Yeah, that was a bit too up tempo for lift music.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think you're right. So we are going to set up the last match of the evening, and hopefully it will run smoothly. Bear with us, and we will be back soon after these short messages.